Hello there, my beloved friends, and welcome to the first, actually, live video of Twin Flames Unite. I used to do live videos back in the day, but then I used to do also tarot readings, and now I don't anymore. So the first thing in tonight's video is the number 222 is your own personal sign for this video. Also, excuse me if you see cats going around the place. This is where I am right now. I have like 5 cats in the house. And I'm going to answer some of your questions that I created a little poll in this group, Twin Flames Unite. And I'm going to answer the questions of Geli, if I pronounce that right, Velina, Praharsha, and Irina. So I'm going to answer questions regarding twin flames and their dynamics and some things people are not aware of. And I'm also going to make a little introduction about what I do. I'm the author of the blog Laughing Socrates, which leads 2 million people right now. The past 6 years I've been writing articles and doing videos in small groups and even bigger groups, and in Laughing Socrates we have 2 million people there. And I've been through a really rare connection. People call it twin flame. I don't like labels, but when we are referring to such a holy process, it's a process, it's not a typical relationship. And I'm going to emphasize to that because there are so many communities out there that they are introducing the twin flame relationship as a normal romantic relationship, which is wrong. It's something deeper, it's something sacred, it's something rare, something really intense. And the people who are into this process, sometimes they are suffering a lot because they are called to erase karma, to erase ancestral karma, and learn to develop their consciousness and go to a new level of perceiving things and interacting with their reality in a much more loving and compassionate way. So the first question comes from Jelly, I don't know if I say that right. It is, what is twin flame love to the world? And this is something also that works as a trap, because there are so many twin flame, so-called twin flame couples out there that they present themselves as a king, queen, and they are putting so many fancy titles. Of course, we know that in the spiritual world, you need to be humble, loving, giving, and not start giving yourself, like calling yourself all these crazy titles, King of Orion, Queen of Lemuria, etc., etc. We are simple human beings. Everyone is the same, and we are here to give love. So, as twin flames, what we are called to do in this world, first of all, we need to work with ourselves. We are called to erase ancestral karma, which burdens our capabilities and the possibility of us to grow even more. And twin flames induce dynamics which hurt us. They become so difficult because we are called to erase all these boundaries that keep us away from our own personal capabilities, with the dynamics of a runner and chaser, push and pull, and so many other things. And when we are going through that process and when we are healing, it is a way for us to transcend in consciousness, let go of human attachments, human perception, because we perceive reality from a place that is human, and human in nowadays is full of programming, old programming, society programming, religious programming, and we are not close to the truth. So we move into relationship with all sorts of wounds, childhood wounds, traumas, and of course we induce all these crazy dynamics because we are not balanced within ourselves. So the first thing is to heal ourselves, learn to love unconditionally. So the people who believe that there is a union and all sorts of romanticized concepts, they are putting themselves in a delusional mode, and they keep themselves away from their own responsibilities of how they are interacting with their realities, because we are called to become responsible of our thoughts, of our actions. And nowadays people move into relationship with all sorts of attachments. They want to claim the other person. I see so many posts in twin flame forums that if I do this, will she come back? If I do that, will she will ever be able to leave their current marriage and come to me? Which is of course egotistical, and it doesn't belong to this spiritual realm of love. So twin flame love, it's between the empath side of one psyche and the narcissistic side of one psyche, which is reflected to the other twin flame. You are both good and bad, and they are also good and bad, and they represent the empath and the narcissist, and you also do that. And these dynamics create all that push and pull. So in order for us to become love and have a healthy union, the union arises from within our psyche. First is the masculine and the feminine, and it represents us the powerful one and the much more sensitive side of us, the good and the bad. So we are called to embrace also the darkness. We shouldn't avoid the dark side, but we should find a part of our psyche which is lost there. The things that we are afraid, we need to work, and the twin flame is going to reflect that to us. And the unity in oneself, this is what is called twin flame love. It's not loving just one person. It's finding the ability to love in a balanced way within ourselves, and then go outside and love other people and love your twin flame. But we go into that relationship with all sorts of attachments. So they are going away, they are running away. They turn into narcissists, they turn into this and that, which of course is a mirror of yourself, of your own fears, because of your mother, because of your father, because of your past lives. And they are so powerful, it is so powerful connection that of course it mirrors all these things. So when we learn how to love ourselves, we learn how to love others unconditionally. It is not easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't be a twin flame relationship or process. It would be just a normal day-to-day relationship, but it's difficult. So we are called to learn to love ourselves by removing all these attachments, and it's not easy. So twin flame love, it comes from within ourselves, as one, as you, as your twin flame, not as you and your twin flame, because this is what people are going after. They are running after someone else. They are running after circumstances. They are running after money. And guess what? They never have the money. They never have the relationship, because it goes away, because you don't feel like you have it, like you deserve it. So twin flame love is your ability to overcome all these previous issues that burden you from truly loving your twin flame, yourself, other people. And the purpose of this love in this world is compassion, true compassion, to learn how to love animals, your surroundings, your life, to go away from the programming of archons, from the programming of the previous generations that created all these misconceptions. You have to eat meat to be strong, or you have to drink milk to raise young children to be strong, etc., etc. All these crazy misconceptions. And we forgot how to be compassionate, how to see others as essential beings of life, as living beings. So this is love. Love is not focusing on one person or having a union with somebody else and going to the movies and all these crazy things. We are called to lead an era, the age of Aquarius, to become love. to be loving, to be compassionate, to be real, to be genuine. And this comes from having responsibility of our thoughts, actions, of our own programming. It hurts when you are going through that process of removing the old, because each time we are trying to remove the old, it backfires to us. People are not strong. I've seen this. I've been coaching people for the past 12 plus years. People miss their own strength. Each time there is a subject of spirituality, of something that reminds their own mistakes, they are running away. They go back to cut videos. They are going to watch a movie. They are going to have a kebab. They keep avoiding. And this is not the path of rare, strong people. And twin flames are rare. They are really rare. 90% of the people out there who believe that they are in such a relationship, they only want to feel good with themselves by feeling entitled, by putting titles on themselves. This is what 90% of the people are doing out there, and they are advertising all the twin flames attributes in a romantic way, because they are not able to dive deep into their shadow side, to their dark side, and bring out the real love, which is taking full responsibility and being disciplined. In my coaching life, I only had like 3-4 people that they were really, really disciplined, and they had really big success. And these people were able to admit their mistakes and listen to their gurus and teachers for hours, because they had that thirst. And twin flames have this experience because somehow they are thirsty to go away from the previous reincarnation patterns that keep them enslaved in the old programming of archons. And they want to find themselves again. So twin flame love is finding the love within you first, not as a couple, and go out there and help animals, help Mother Earth, help other people who are in need, and be love. Velina asked, is there more than one twin flame? Of course, as a question in the Twin Flames Unite, I have, do you believe we have one or more twin flames? And of course, we don't, because it's your soul represented powerfully by one side, which is the female or the male. One person in this reality is bound in duality. Duality means female, male, good, bad, North Pole, South Pole, hot, cold, solid, liquid, etc., etc. Duality. When something is split in this reality, it only splits in two. The only thing that is holy in this reality is the water. The water becomes liquid, it becomes solid, becomes a cloud, and takes a lot of forms. And scientists till this day, they are still mumbling with their mind to find the mysteries of the water, which is of course sacred. All the other things are bound to the law of duality. And also she said that, I said so many times that there is not such thing as a false twin flame. Of course, I will explain that why. When we have an experience which mimics the dynamics of a twin flame, I mean, to have all these synchronicities, to have channeling, to have this intense bubble phase, to have all these crazy things that are happening in that scenario, it is rare, but that's your twin flame. Of course, if they turn negative at one point, people are starting to believe that, oh no, that wasn't a real twin flame, because they believe twin flame is only there for rainbows and sunshines. No, they are there to induce pain, to trigger us, to help us grow, to show to us our weakness by becoming our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are not something negative, they are there to help us see within ourselves. They trigger us. That's why I say there is no false twin flame. Of course, there can be karmic partners or any other person. We have the so-called in-betweeners in the Gnostic and the occult belief system, people who have no soul, and they can do whatever. I'm not going to go to that subject, but false twin flame, no. When you have someone who resembles the dynamics of a twin flame, that intensity, that love, that connection, all these crazy synchronicities, people who are coming where you're in marriage to test you, yeah, it's a twin flame, but they turn negative because, as I said so many times, we try to introduce to that relationship our human characteristics and needs. We want them as a relationship, and we become needy, we become attached, and it becomes amplified. And with the law of quantum mechanics, as Vadim Zeland says, and I keep teaching that for so many years, the law of excess potential, when we have an energy dynamic which is really powerful and it goes one way, I really want that person, I love them, they are going to start running away, because by saying that, you don't believe that you have them. If you have them, you are in joy, you feel calm, you are okay, you don't feel all that intensity, which is excess energy. And excess energy is called excess potential, and it will create the opposite dynamic. People are running away. And another question Velina asked is about physical sensation. When, let's say, her own twin flame had a sciatica, and she's going through intense pain lately after a coaching session she had with me, the so-called breakthrough session that I help clients to break through patterns through a specific diet and exercises and mental exercises. And at the end of the program, she started feeling things with back pain. And we know that it's related to grounding, it's related to connecting with Mother Earth, it's related to also to sexual, because it's connected with the second chakra immediately. So we discovered a lot of her previous issues coming up and being represented in her body as pain, but also her twin flame had similar experience. Why this happens? I'll tell you one thing. If the silver cord is not removed, and I said that so many times, you need to take that seriously. I've been through years of occultism and studies, 23 years of researches, to discover that to break powerful bonds, especially of twin flames, is almost impossible. But when Venus goes retrograde, when we do a special ritual by calling through the sigilization of the spirits of the moon and Venus, and we create a union of the spirits, we create a backslash, and we can release that bond for some time, of course, but you're going to feel better. You're not going to feel all these crazy telepathic things, because twin flames, they sit here, they feel something. Yeah, it's your twin flame. It is so powerful. The silver cord of twin flames is amplified in the bubble phase. And in the bubble phase, it creates all these crazy synchronicities, the manifestation, because it's so powerful, because your twin flame is you. It is you. Even if you don't want to believe it, if he or she's negative, no, it's you. Your soul is split in half, and you meet in reincarnations. You are taking certain lessons, and you are growing together. It is rare. I see that in my career, that people who believe that in this, when you are teasing them or testing them, or you trigger them even more, they will crumble. Real twin flames, they are not reacting. They're taking responsibility. They understand the dynamics. They work together. Me with my twin flame, we were constantly decoding messages before we even know that we are twin flames. We didn't know about the term, but we were together. We were doing channeling. We were observing all sorts of miracles and crazy synchronizations, and we took responsibility of our own thoughts and behaviors and mistakes. While we were in the relationship, we keep teaching each other, of course, teasing and hurting and pushing and trigger each other. We didn't want that. I remember when she came back 4 months when she left, and she was like, Alex, most of the things I did to you, I don't know why I did that. I wasn't myself. I know that there was a reason, but it's not me. And I knew it wasn't her when she turned into a narcissist, when she turned away from me. We never had a fight. But because of this powerful connection, all of your thoughts are manifesting. And I was wounded. I left my house at the age of 12. I was in the streets. I was abandoned. I was abused. I lived a life that, if it was a movie, nobody would believe that. I lived a really intense life, and I was betrayed. I was abandoned. I never had a mother, and everything was fucked up. And when I was going into any relationship, guess what? I was introducing all sorts of childhood trauma, and she was hurt, and she could feel that. That's why she was running. She couldn't explain that. So this powerful cold also mimics physical sensation, especially when you are trying to move in your life. These physical sensations are going to be amplified. And of course, the emotional sensations, unless you are under some kind of a coach, guru. Like I created all these sessions for the people who are going through, in order to be by their side, because I never had anyone when I was going through the dark night of the soul. It was horrible. So I created all these dynamics with a Nobel winner in Sweden, according to psychological aspects, according to occultism, and I take people by their hand. And Velina, she was working with the mental, but then she faced a lot of physical sensation that the doctors in her country are working with her. Of course, we know that her twin also had that. So if you don't break the silver cord, if you don't do what it has to be done, when Venus is retrograde every 1.5 years, you need to do the ritual. Everything must be done in detail. I see many people say, oh, do a meditation, and say, no, there are so many details people are not aware of. Astrological alignments, planetary alignments, psychological issues, quantum mechanics, everything works in harmony to bring the reality we are now experiencing. Praharsha asked about past lives. I talked about that a lot. And of course, I'm not bringing that into a main video in my YouTube channel, because in my theory, and some of the twin flames I met through these past 6 years, and through all these 2 million people I'm in Laughing Socrates, we discovered something really, really strange. When I met her, I always ask, what is your zodiac sign? She was Leo with Leo ascendant. I'm a Pisces. The first thing that we see, it is fire, water, opposites, one main sign of twin flames to cause the triggering and all these dynamics. And Leo with Leo was my sister. When she left, I stumbled upon 5 random girls that they were Leo with Leo ascendant. I didn't go after anyone like trying to find Leo with Leo. No, I was like I'm in a coffee shop, I'm reading, and there is a lady coming. Oh, I saw you are doing tarot, blah, blah, blah. We're talking. And she said to me, I'm a Leo, and what is your ascendant? Leo. And that kept happening. It happened 5 times. And I started wondering, what is this representation? And I dived deep into my occult books. I called friends. In many countries, I have a lot of friends that they are deep in occultism, and they can interpret all these crazy signs. And we found a connection of occultism and magicians that had to do with Salem in England, and the witches that they were burned there. And we found an oath that when they die, that they will return as reincarnations to claim back their dignity from those who took them out. Of course, we know that back in the day, those people are the same people who are governing right now because of their perceptions. Not the same, because of their perception system. They keep the people blinded. And the witches are not just crazy old ladies with brooms flying in the sky. They had a connection with Mother Earth. They knew how to use the alchemy of the components of Mother Earth, okay? And they were abused. And they came back to have a revenge. And I started putting the clues together, and suddenly I found other people talking about the reincarnation of magi. People who had to do with occultism or magic, wizards, pagans, and all sorts of things. You know, they came right here in this era, in the age of Aquarius, to bring back the lost art. But all these people came with a lot of karma because of the abuse that they went through. And there is a connection of the past lives of twin flames and a relation of wizards and witches. Of course, it's not time for us to go out there and start calling ourselves the Wizard of Oz and the Witch of Salem. It's disrespect. We are called here as twin flames. Of course, flame. Let's not forget about the flame. One of the four elementals. Elementals, they govern the earth. The spirits of fire, the spirits of water, the spirits of air, the spirits of earth. They have names, they have attributes, they are alive. We cannot see them because people are blinded by society's programming, but they are there. Twin flames belong to the realm of the fire elements. And that's why also Leo with Leo, fire element. And another thing that I found in my own personal relationship with her, I was 33, she was 22. The master teacher and the master builder as master numbers. Of course, it wasn't a coincidence, as I talk in my podcast over in my YouTube channel when I talk about my personal experience. When we talk about the dynamics of twin flames, we are called to have one part which leads one part that follows, but that part that follows creates all the triggers. So the part that leads will grow even more. So the teacher will grow, and along the builder, the master manifestor, which manifests the reality, will grow even more. So we have a bounce back dynamic. The twin flames work in assistance. Even if they are away, they always work together. The illusion of separation is what it is, illusion. There is no runner, there is no chaser. This is the human conditioning and the perception of humans. There is always a union within our heart, within our psyche, and we are growing, and through our own growth, we are called to teach people as magi, as wizards, as witches about Mother Earth and how Mother Earth provided us with all that we need, and how Earth, and also in the Bible is mentioned that we shall not hurt the animals, but we should feed from the plants, the fruits, the things that seem, smell, and look nice. We forgot about the nice and we went into slaughtering and violence and blood and suffocation. That's why we are suffering, and that's why we are in these processes to be free from that circle of abuse. So, my dear Praharsha, past lives, in my humble opinion, the connection that we found, also with that Nobelist, I have an article in Laughing Socrates, the woman who discovered the truth about the twin flame. We discovered that there is a connection of reincarnation of magi's. And we, in our previous lives, I will not talk about my personal, I don't like that, but I know from other people, let's say, that they had an experience. They were magi's, occultists, wizards. They were working with Mother Earth, pagans, healers, shamans. Okay, how karma, another question Praharsha asks, influences our current relationship? This is the main theme, actually, as I said so many times. This is the second thing that we are called to learn in the twin flame dynamic. The first is unconditional love. The second is to deal with karma and resolve all that unresolved karma, which is created from all these reincarnations of abuse, neglection, bullshit. Yeah, we've been through all sorts of things. We are wounded children. We need love. And we come as wounded, but we are called to rise as warriors. Twin flames are rare. Warriors are rare. People who pretend that they are many. But to be bold enough and realize that you are a warrior and you are here to lead as a so-called twin flame, an era of compassion and awareness. This is the hard part. And also karma keeps us away, because one karma is the ancestral karma, which comes from 7 generations and more of our ancestors. And we need to stop that. A really nice example that I teach people is like, if your mother was abusing your father, or your father was abusing your mother, and they were fighting, etc., there is in psychology a really big probability that you are going to do the same thing to your kids. If you were abused as a child, there is a possibility that you are going to abuse your own kids. So we are here to stop that by becoming like in the tarot, the hanged man in reverse. This is a really important tarot card which mimics the process of twin flame. And as we are in that position of being the victim, in order to stop that, we are called not to have a relationship yet. That's why we have all these dysfunctional relationships, because we need to heal ourselves first. We are not called to do even further actions in our reality regarding to manifesting big things, because we need to learn. Irina, yes, I'm going to help you even more. I will answer your question in a little bit. So the karma we are called to erase here is all of these characteristics of our ancestors that were implanted in our consciousness, and we somehow became these people accidentally. We don't want to be negative, but a child that was abused, he reacts in a crazy way because he defends himself. That's why we are called to heal our inner child, which is difficult. It takes a long time, but it's a must. We need to go through that. So we need to stop the karma from influencing us in this moment of now. And the karma, the wounds, it's our reactional points. If someone triggers us, twin flames they trigger us, we immediately react in a negative way. So we need to take the time and heal ourselves after they leave. If they are in your life, you are like Sri Ramakrishna, 1 in a billion, and you are in your last state of reincarnation where you can be well with your twin flame because you have no physical need, and you can have your sperm inside your body that will awake your kundalini and will create the awakening of the mind. This is the last reincarnation. Irina, your question was, if you are dating someone else, will your twin flame do the same? I'll tell you something else. If you really, 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 really love your twin flame, let's say they left, will you be able to do that? In my case, I felt that if I was going to do that, I was going to betray her, so I didn't. I had all sorts of possibilities to go with another girl and have any relationship, but I didn't. Because if you really love your twin flame, the connection that you have in this moment, it's so sacred, so powerful, so loving, that it is almost impossible. But if you are inclined to date someone else, perhaps your twin flame also will do that. Okay, but that's not what we are looking for. We want to be royal as ourselves. We don't care what the other person does. So you say to me, there's so many people, but the relationship never worked. I talked about that in also many videos in the YouTube. The reason that we, at one point, we meet our twin flame is because we had so many dysfunctional relationships, or we are not fully into the relationship we are into right now. That's why many twin flames are in marriages when they meet that other twin flame. So they are tempted, and almost all of them, they are going away from their marriage. So there is that karma which comes with you, and it doesn't allow you to have love in your life. It can stop by loving yourself more. By being alone for a certain period of time, it's a really big blessing. You can do the things you love, you can exercise, you can do the things that it will resemble the love that you want from someone else to yourself. I mean, do you want someone to treat you like a piece of whatever? No, I want them to treat me like with love, with respect, with mutual understanding. And we don't do that to ourselves. People are smoking, people are not eating well, people are not disciplined, people are avoiding of their responsibilities, and guess what? It reflects. Unfortunately, we live in a reality of duality. Everything is reflected. So once we have someone in our life as a relationship, and we create a silver cord from our heart chakra and solar plexus with them, they immediately will start repeating the same thing. If we avoid some things to do to ourselves, they are going to avoid us. They're going to run away from us. So you say that he ran away from each other, you look the same. Yeah, that's true, because when you have yourself, it can be so beautiful and so scary at the same time, because you deeply love yourself. Everyone loves themselves, but we are not responsible enough. I repeat, I saw that so many years in my career as a coach. That's why I do VIP coaching nowadays, because I want to work only with the people that are really dedicated. These people have healthy relationships, healthy marriages, they have the money. Why? Because they treat themselves with discipline. They are exercising. They are waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. They are doing meditation. They are having a vegan diet. They treat others with respect. They do all these things. So at one point, they create a momentum, and the universe will reflect back to them people who will love them, who will be like them, who will love themselves. If someone loves themselves so much, we will not attract a person that they will be jealous of. The reason that we attract people that run away or they are jealous of us is because they don't believe in themselves, because we don't believe in ourselves. And we are called to believe in ourselves. You say that your twin flame looks like you. Yeah, of course, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's crazy to understand the dynamics of this reality, but if you study quantum mechanics and if you go deep in silence, by meditating 1 hour a day for years, not 1 day, 2 days, years, you are going to remove all the layers of the human conditioning, and you allow the love, which is you, to arise from the crown chakra and create a ripple of positive effect in your reality and you're going to have it bad. But people, because they are working with their conscious mind, they are not meditating, they are not treating animals or others with respect, they are constantly creating ripples of negativity. And guess what? After a certain period of time, because of the position of Saturn, the planet, that ripple of negativity will come back as relationships, negativities, people running away, etc., etc. You say that you hate this path. I know that. I feel you. Everyone who've been through this path, it's really, 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 really difficult. It's rare, super rare. I mean, if you go out to the internet, there are like millions of twin flames. This is nothing to do with reality. Twin flames are rare. Twin flames have a purpose. Twin flames are aware. Twin flames, they go through a really hard process. It's not easy to face your own mistakes. That's why you don't hate this path. You feel difficulty. Stop using words like hate. Be love. If you allow love to rise from yourself through your torus energetic field of your heart, through your crown chakra, you will allow this ripple of positive energy to influence your surroundings. Stop using words as hate. You don't hate this path. It's difficult. You need to work harder. Rare people are not avoiding responsibilities. They keep pushing. You are here to keep pushing. We are rare. In my close group of communities, there are only a handful of people. In the main group I now lead a group of more than 2 million people. In the immediate group, the real twin flames are only this, because it's rare. It's not that no one is special. People are going through stages. In this time, there's only a handful of people. And you say you are single. I am single too. I have no kids. I am blessed. I have so many kids from all over the world sending me drawings because I help their mother, their father, because I am here for a purpose. I give love. I'm not in the place because to only want love, because I learned from my twin flame. I learned. I allowed all that pain to chisel me, to create a statue of a new self, a new Alex, was born through the process of a twin flame. Allow the pain to create a new self of you, and love will come. Be love. I give love daily. I have so many messages. In my life, I'm alone. I walk alone, I eat alone, I'm with my cats. I enjoy that because I have my time. When I want to go out, I have people. When I want to have hug, I go and hug people. There are so many elderly people in your neighborhood, in our world, that they want love. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for a lover to. I go to that old man and I knock the door and I give him a big hug. He cries. They want love. Be love. We are here to become love. And please don't be negative. Stop treating yourself with all that resentment and negativity. Work with yourself. Eat properly, exercise, because the communication of your psyche and your body is a vice versa. Treat yourself with discipline, treat others with discipline, treat your psyche with meditation, exercise, read books, allow your consciousness to expand to become a vessel of more things. Open up the vessel that is called a human body and a human psyche, so you can have more possibilities. Believe in love. Stop saying, I'm not gonna have love. If you keep saying, I'm not gonna have kids, or I missed that opportunity, guess what? It's gonna come back. You are going to produce more of that lack of your life. Not lack with you, but lack with absence. You're not gonna have love. No, say, I am love. I deserve love. I give love. Meditate. Stop the mumbling of the mind. This is what creates the problems, Irina, because as long as you are allowing this, it will keep you miss the opportunity. You're not going to have love. Guess what? Yeah, it's going to keep producing that. You don't want that. Stop this. Say to yourself, stop. Take a really deep breath. Relax. Meditate for 10 minutes and say, I am love. I send and I receive. I am love. I send and I receive. Have a nice tea. Help someone in need. Be love. Be kind. Be humble. I believe I believe you're gonna have love soon, Irina, if you follow some of these wonderful advices that me and other people are giving out for the sake of love, for the sake of compassion, for the sake of bringing balance in this dimension. So I hope you like that. I'm going to post this live. Thank you, Irina, for being here. And I hope next time more people are going to be live and see this. Many blessings to all of you. Be love. Let's take a moment of silence right now and send love to all the essential beings of the universe, to all the animals, to all the plants, to everyone who is feeling lonely. We send love. Be love. Go out to your purpose. Be strong. And remember, you are God. Claim your godliness. Stop begging. Stop being weak. You are powerful. You deserve more, but give to others also love without expecting anything, because this is God, what it is, love. Namaste.